burnt sienna, emerald green, ivory black, phthalo blue, titanium white, cad yellow light, Indian yellow, yellow ochre, naphthol red. I don't think I'll use Indian yellow or yellow ochre, but I might. They're just out there. We'll see. All right, phthalo blue. A little bit on the 1 inch. Very light sky, mostly in the middle here. I want to come down into the water a bit. Okay, and I'll just brush some up on the sides here. Doesn't matter too much. This will be mostly greens. Greens for some bushies. Okay. We're gonna have water down here. Maybe we can knock that out early. Some of that phthalo blue. I'll use the 1-inch brush, but I should probably use the 2-inch brush here. Some emerald green. A little bit more green. Let's see what this looks like over here. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. Comes up here. We'll do the same over here. And all the way across. Not too worried about the specifics, but more of the background itself. Alright, so we got a little sky, we got a little bit of water there. Now we gotta start throwing in a blob of something there. What's that? I don't know what that was. Throw in some trees. Might use a fan brush, might use, can't decide. Could use the 1-inch, keep going with the 1-inch, that can work. Let's do that. A little bit of, I just keep using this emerald green. Do I have any, I don't have any crimson, so I'll just add some sienna to that. Should be like a dark, pretty dark green, maybe a little bit more brown. Hopefully, maybe not, but you never know. Just pushing in. And I'm working towards the right so it gets a little bit lighter. Less paint on the brush. There we go. Do the other side, kind of same thing. It's mostly just background anyways. Alright. I'm trying not to get in the way of the camera, but I don't know if I can avoid it. Alright, there we go. These are all going to be rocks, so we can worry about that here in a bit. Okay. Just wiping this brush off real quick. I usually use a paper towel in between colors, even though I have another brush I could use. It's just how I do it. Alright. Let's, what do we want to do now? We gotta throw some more, start throwing some rocks in there, but I'm gonna throw some highlights. Just a little bit. I don't want them to be too bright. I gotta use a little bit of yellow, maybe a little bit of ochre. I said I wasn't gonna use the ochre, but I want it to be a little, not super bright yellow, and then some green. A little bit more yellow. There we go. I might need some, I don't know if I'll need oil yet, but we'll see, Test it. You probably need something a little bit darker, or lighter, sorry. One more light color on top of this one. Just mashing it. Okay. I'll go grab some of the actual yellow, just after I wipe my brush out a little bit. A little bit more. Thin it down a little bit. There we go. Billy's here. Finally moved in. Kentucky now. Just got unloaded. Just unloaded clothes. Need some relaxing. Nice. That's good. It's always good to get moved in. This doesn't seem light enough, but could just be me being colorblind, not being able to see these colors that I'm using. Because to me, all these look kind of the same. Okay. Just need some colors up there in the background. Hopefully they're kind of light, because I don't want them to stand out too much. Now we start on the rocks. Put some rocks in. Let's try start up here and then move down towards the bottom. All right. Let's see. I want to use a palette knife. I can use a palette knife, but I don't want to use it that much, you know. We need a rock color. I normally use black and sienna for this. And some white. Let's see what. It's a little too gray. So put a little bit more. Something more like that. A little bit of red. Okay. That'll be a good highlight color. I'm gonna need a paper towel in between. Wipe the palette knife off so as it gets dirty. A little dirty, but alright, let's see. Let's start throwing this in. Tiny bit. I'm an hour behind, so it's 4 something my time, 5 yours, which I do not understand. Indiana same time as Florida, but Kentucky is. Yeah. That is a weird thing. The time zones are odd. Alright, I'm just gonna scrape in where I think the tops are. Then we're just gonna pull down once we figure it out. I don't want globs of paint. That's what I'm trying to avoid here. Okay. There's one little rock there. Sam X over on Twitch. Hey Sam, how's it going? Pretty good. How's your day going? Alright, we'll go layer one in over here too. Not really going for realism today, so this isn't going to look exactly like the Waterfalls. It's going to be somewhat like them. Alright, here's one layer. Might pull these down with the flat brush here. Let's do that. Let's pull these down. There we go. Do the same over here. Maybe this one's a little bit bigger. Now we got that in. Lovely painting. Thank you. Day's going amazing. Had Sunday roast with the kids and took them to the pool birthday party. So now you're chilling at home. Nice. That sounds fun. Nice relaxing day. Let's add some little highlights on these. I'll start with this side. Hand's a little shaky, but that's okay. Sometimes my hands shake when I do these. Alright, a nice little rock. Some little boulders up there. This side might be a little trickier, but could flip my palette knife over if I really wanted to. Alright. There's some rocks. There's some rocks. First layer done. What are you drawing right now? This is Ramsey Cascades in Gatlinburg. Or something similar to it. It's not going to be exact. Let's see. I'm going to start throwing in the watercolor up here at the top too. So these are waterfalls. Start with the dark. This is a fan brush. I don't know if I said that, but you can probably tell. Alright, I think we said it was going to go this way. Maybe there's some here. Some here. And we'll put rocks in here in the middle. So. It should be like a little plateau down there. I think we said. Some over there. We'll put lots of rocks down in here. This is just background color for when we do highlights on the water. Okay. There's some backgrounds. Always wanted to get into art, but I've never had the steady hands. Oh yeah. You don't really need steady hands. I know people say that a lot, but it definitely helps, but you don't need it. You can still paint without it. Mine are pretty shaky. I don't know. Not all the time, but when I'm holding a brush, you can kind of tell. Alright, let's add some more layers of rocks up here. Just keep going with them. There's just layers on layers of these. We could add some greenery or something here in between them too, if we want. We got a hair here. Let's try and get rid of the hair, but end up smearing stuff. Oh well. It's easy to fix stuff with the palette knife when you're doing that. So you just kind of mash over it. There we go. Okay. Probably need to mix up some more of this color here in a bit. Big blocky areas. What color was that? I think it was just ivory black and sienna. So we'll keep going with that. There we go. Alright, come back up here. These might be a little too jagged, but I don't really mind. this one a little bit bigger. Flat brush out and start smoothing things. Just smoothing them. This just helps spread the paint around a little bit more than with the palette knife. Palette knife, at least mine, tends to get less effective when I have a bunch of paint. So might be different for the ones you guys use. Also have, I don't know if anybody would be interested, but I did a pastel painting yesterday on Twitch. I don't know if I should upload it to YouTube or not, or just leave it over on Twitch. Download it and save it somewhere. I don't know. Alright. Just let me know if you would like to see it and I can upload it. Alright, big rock there. Front of him. Leave the back so it looks like there's a separation. Alright, let's just throw something in there. Pull that one down. I'm going to need more of that highlight color, which I believe was just this in white. A little bit more seeing in it. Oh. A little bit more. Slightly red, maybe a little bit more white. Upload it. Upload it. I don't do Twitch. Okay. I'll upload it. I was testing out, that's one where I was testing out my new microphone. So the audio only comes out of one side, so just be aware when if you can only hear it out of one ear, that's why. And it also might be a little quiet because of that. There we go. But it could also be the microphone, I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. Hard to tell with the sound effects stuff. Alright, let's highlight. I'm going to pull to the right up here on top. Make it look like it's a plateau and then pull down. Make it look steep. Steep. Alright, maybe we'll add one right in here. I don't know. Big boulder there. It's just hanging out. I'm afraid that I'm going to bump the camera here. It's so close. But hopefully, let me know if it's a little clearer too. I don't know if it is or not. But I changed a bunch of the settings. I got a new arm, and then I changed a bunch of the settings. Because when I watch the videos back, they aren't as clear as what I should be getting from my camera's specs. Down in front, right there. Alright, we're going to have to start highlighting this here. So let's do that. Let's start highlighting the water. We could probably just use some magic white. The blue that's in the brush is going to be good enough. Should be enough to tint it. Yeah, see, doesn't have to do anything. This isn't magic white, I keep calling it that. It's just a Grumbacher thin white. Liquid first coat, I believe it's called. Works really well. Maybe add some actual white to that. Could also add oil, thin oil if you want. But all right, let's do this. Some there, some there, some down here. And there'll be throw a rock in there here in a bit. I'm trying to aim above the there's like where there's like really dark blues. That's what I'm trying to aim on top of. Get the contrast. That was way too much there. All right, now I'm gonna push in, make it look like it's bubbling. Especially up here, you know. All right. And maybe one more swoop up here. There we go. Okay. And after this, we can add some more rocks in between these spaces. But maybe I should finish the sides first before I get too gung-ho. Alright, just clean off the fan brush real quick. Over here. That was a big gust of wind there. I don't want to add a little tree over here, so I'll do that here in a minute. I tend to deviate from my plans. Got some blue on there, that's fine. Do some up here. Over here I'll probably do the same thing. Oops. Got paint all over my hand there. Making sure I get all these spots where there's white. You can see the weaves in the canvas. I don't want to see those. Okay. Now we can highlight those. Only a couple more highlights here to go. Same. Maybe make that one a little bit more round. Do some over here. Maybe we'll pull that one down a little bit more. Trying to get more of the dark color before I pull down. Makes a darker highlight. I messed that one up a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. There's our, this is as much rocks as I wanted to do. Could do more, but I'll probably do some, definitely do some in there. Let's finish up these sides first. Trees and bushes. I'll just use straight emerald green, maybe some black. Maybe a little bit blue, actually. This would be like a more close to phthalo green. True blue shade. On a 1-inch brush. I'm going to cover up the bottom of that, this side over here. There we go. I'm going to do kind of the same thing over on the other side. A little bit of blue. Start over here. Maybe push this down a little bit more. Okay. Now I'll fix that up. Some rocks. Just wanted the general shapes in. Okay, where's my little palette knife? The little one, there it is. All right, start throwing these little rocks here. Just the shapes, the background shapes first. Definitely one down here. And then do another one over here. One over here. And then maybe one more towards the top. Over here. Okay, and we'll fix that up here in a bit. Wipe that palette knife off. Go do just a small, very small amount of highlight here. So I don't want any layers of paint there. Like maybe even less than that would be okay. I'll use that tiny amount to apply to all of them. Because I want to go over these with the watercolor. If you have a big layer of paint there, it's hard to, you end up just with a giant pile of paint. And the watercolor doesn't show up at all. Unless you use a ton of oil. And then when you use a ton of oil, paint takes forever to dry. So you gotta balance it out. Okay. And I could just use the palette knife straight here with the watercolor. I don't really want to do that. I'll just use the very edge of the fan brush. There we go. Just kind of pulling a little bit over the sides. And splashing. That's too much on the edge there, but that's okay. A little bit down here. A little bit over here. Splash. Do this one a little bit. Maybe he comes down through the middle. But we gotta wipe that off because we don't want that brown color showing up. Or whatever color this is, I don't know. Just getting more white in there. There's a giant glob of paint on the side. I'm trying to wipe it off. There we go. Might not be enough blue in there. Whoops. Picked up too much white. Okay. I'll put a big rock right over here. And then down here we can start. We can work on the splashes later. Richard from West Virginia. Looking good, buddy. Thanks, Richard. Good to see you. Over on Facebook. Alright. Let's throw in that rock. So I was going to throw in a rock here. Let's see if we got enough. I don't know if I do. I have to thin it down a little bit with the flat. Okay. Very little paint there. I'll probably throw some bushes around them up in front. Just so it doesn't look too weird. I'm going to do a reflection. I just felt like doing one down here. Should do one over there too. I mean, it's not going to be as much, but might as well. Okay. So there's those. We gotta do some highlights here on the trees and then the water. Maybe a little water line of sorts. Then we'll call it a day on this one. Still got one more to go. Alright, let's get this color. Maybe I'll use some Indian yellow in there. What the heck? I want it to be a little bit more vibrant. That's why I had cad yellow. There we go. Got some little bushes there. Do the same over here. I always struggle with this side for some reason. Where's the other tree? Right there. Okay. There's some trees. Maybe. Kind of hard to see for me from this angle, but hopefully there's some trees up in there. My little shoreline. Whatever color this is. I think it's much the same green color. Something like that. Same over here. We'll grab the watercolor. Scraping it. I'll blend it out here with this brush, fan brush. There we go. Do it on the other side. A little bit more over here. Oops. Sometimes I go a little too hard with the scraping in. That's okay though. Blend it out. Whoops. Okay. I do want to darken, or not darken, but kind of fill in some of this here. Let's see. I kind of want a darker blue in the water now. Now I'm looking at it on here. I want to highlight it because it's not going to be flat water at the bottom of a waterfall, you know. That's just not how. It's not how water works. Water don't work like that. You don't have a gentle stream at the bottom of a waterfall. You do rocks very well. Nice job. Thanks, Kenneth. That's 2 years of rock practice. That's all this is. Hopefully when I'm doing it 10 years, it'll be crazy looking. If I make it that long, you never know. Hope I do. Alright, now I'm just pushing in with the fan brush. Get these fan brush and some white. Gotta add some ripples down here. Punching the canvas. There we go. That looks more like a waterfall now. A little bit, maybe. Maybe not, I don't know. Alright. Let's wipe this brush off. Still a bunch of blue in it. Oh well. That's okay. Wipe this one off, wipe that one off. For some reason my brush cleaner is not working so good. Must be getting old, because I haven't cleaned the bucket in a while. Alright. Anthony Barnes and David were very helpful in his. Okay. Alright, I think I got all my brushes cleaned off. Let's do the signature. I'll put it over here. I didn't use any thin oil this time, but it seems to come out okay. 2, 3, there we go. All right. Hopefully you can see that. I can already see it pretty good. Pretty well. Maybe. Alright, what was this? Cascades? Ramsey Cascades, kind of. Not really. A little bit. Inspired by it, I'll say that.